Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm just going to be grading the Chicago Bulls 2020 NBA draft. I'm also going to be doing like a mini scouting report on all the prospects that the Bulls drafted and such. Also, check out my last video if you missed it. There was some pretty big news in there as well. The Bulls officially signed undrafted point guard Devin Dotson. I'll probably talk about him a little bit in this video as well because the Bulls pretty much drafted him as well. He went undrafted and we signed him instantly. That signing is a steal in my eyes, but I'll get into that more later in the video. But to start out with, the Bulls drafted Patrick Williams with the 4th pick in the 2020 NBA draft. This pick was pretty surprising. Recently, around the draft right before it, there was a lot of rumors about this, but I'm going to be honest, I did not expect the Bulls to draft him at all. And I'm going to be honest, when the Bulls drafted him, I was pretty upset. I wasn't happy, But the more I look and study and do research on this guy, everything looks positive. I'm really starting to fall in love with the draft pick. I'm going to be honest, I thought Patrick Williams at 4 was kind of high. It might have been a little bit of a reach. I mean, it still might have been, but I did see that teams like the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks were trying to trade for the Bulls pick to draft him. So I guess that means something if other teams are trying to trade up to 4 to draft him. But either way, he did win 6th man of the year in college, and that's one of my biggest concerns about him, I guess, him not starting really bothered me at first, but the more I looked into it, that was the whole system. He liked, his firepower and his energy and defense off the bench. And Casey Johnson was talking to the Florida State head coach on the phone, and he asked him what he'd have to say to those who point out Patrick Williams, the games that he didn't start, and pretty much just him being a reach at 4 because he didn't start any games in college. And, I love this response that he said. Even though he didn't start, he said he finished them. And I'm going to be honest, that is the most important key factor. No matter if you start or not, whoever finishes the game with the best defense and all that is the most important player and the best players. So that's really cool to see. I also saw Patrick Williams. He said he had multiple phone calls with the Chicago Bulls. And he said he worked out for them and also went out to dinner with the front office. And another thing that I love about this kid, he is the 2nd youngest player in this draft. And multiple NBA sources say teams are trying to trade up in front of the Bulls to grab him. So let's just take a second, relax, trust our Taurus and see how this pick goes. I saw he already used to play with Coby White and they're really good friends. So I'm really happy with that. He is a 6'8" small forward. I believe he could play the small forward or power forward position. He weighs 225 pounds. Like I said, he is the 2nd youngest in the class. He just turned 19 in August. So, I'm going to be honest, like I said, when we first drafted him, I wasn't for this. But the more research and highlights I do on this kid, I'm starting to fall in love with this draft pick. Everyone that went to his college, all his former head coaches said that he was the first one in the gym, the last one to leave. He's a grinder, and he's just a solid player all around. I believe he could honestly start for the Chicago Bulls, but I doubt they're just going to throw him into the starting lineup. There's a lot of questions if he can play the 3 or 4 position, so that'll definitely be interesting as well. But either way, I'd give this draft pick right now, I'd say a B-, B at top, depending on how, he plays in preseason and everything. But as of right now, I'd give it a B. But right now, this draft pick does show something for the future. It shows that the Bulls are going to take a while to rebuild the ship and get it right. Like I said, he just turned 19. He's one of the youngest players in the draft. It shows Arturas and Billy Donovan are really high on this man. I know Billy Donovan really pushed Arturas to draft this kid. And also the Bulls brought in a whole new player development staff, so they're going to be a big part in this man's game. He's super athletic, and the Bulls believe Patrick Williams already has an NBA ready body, and I do as well. I'm going to throw up this picture of him. He just looks jacked. His thighs, his calves, he just looks jacked and ready for the NBA. I'm really excited. And they also said that he can guard pretty much any position. And he also handled the ball in high school. He has pretty good handling. He was a point guard in high school. And like I said, they view him as a player that can guard all 4 positions and play 3 offensively. So I don't know what his true position is, but either way, I'm really high on him. He has a lot of versatility, and Arturas loves that in a draft prospect. His player comparison is Paul Millsap. Arturas came from Denver. They signed Paul Millsap, so it makes sense, you know. But either way, Patrick Williams is super young, 6'8", 225. He's super strong, explosive, and he's very skilled with the 3-ball. You know, he has a good pull-up game, and his passing game is solid as well. I'm really excited for this pick the more I look into it. Like I said, I'd give this pick like a B right now. It can definitely change in the future. My expectations for this kid are really high. Definitely leave any comments or questions below about the Patrick Williams draft pick, and also leave any grades below about that. And in the second round of the NBA draft, the Bulls drafted Marko Simonovic. You know, this kind of caught a lot of us by surprise. You know, it's more of a draft and stash player, so I'm just going to give this a C right now. You really can't grade it, I'm going to be honest. I mean, overseas, he put up great numbers. I'm pretty sure he put up like 18 and like 9 a game. He's a 6'11 big man. He just turned 21, so he's also super young. And I've been seeing that his player comparison is like Nikola Vucevic. I'm really high on this kid already. You know, hopefully he comes to the Bulls in a year or two. I mean, if ever, honestly. Either way, he is a great shooter. He has a lot of potential to be like a good stretch big man in today's league. You know, he does need to add a little weight on, but either way, I'm very high on this kid already. You know, he's a really good pick and roll player. He's just perfect in an offense with 3-point shooting, spacing the floor, and like pick and pop games. So it just sounds like the Bulls offense that they're trying to run. You know, he's also really good at crashing the boards. He's a great offensive rebounder. So hopefully in a year or two, we see him in Chicago for the Bulls playing. But like I said, right now, I give him a C. Just because we can't really grade him. I mean, we'll see in a year or two, hopefully. But either way, that's good. He has more time to develop, put on some weight, and of course, improve on defense and his game in general. You know, I am high on this pick. Hopefully, we see him in a year or two. Like I said, my first pick for Patrick Williams, I give him a B. This pick, I give him a C. Either way, I'm really high on this kid. Hopefully, we see him in a year or two. Definitely leave any comments or questions about him below and a grade for him. And like I said, late last night, you know, I was sleeping for work and such. The Bulls signed Devin Dotson. You know, he's a point guard for Kansas. I believe he's going to be a very interesting prospect for us. I expect him to play well for our G League and possibly even play some games for the Bulls if injuries happen or something. I could honestly see him being like our backup point guard. I already like him more than I like Ryan Archie. You know, check out my last video if you missed it. I was talking about him, doing a little scouting report on him. Also threw up some highlights of him working out and such. But yeah, either way, I mean, the overall grade for the Bulls draft, I'd give it like a B-, a B+, like as high as I can go. Just because there's a lot of question marks, but either way, I am confident with Arturas' draft picks. I'm high on both these guys. Pretty much all three I'm high on. But either way, Patrick Williams has a lot of tools. He has a lot of potential. And I'm going to be honest, I know a lot of people said this was like the safe pick, but this is the complete opposite. This is a reach, you know. This is 100% a high risk, high reward type draft pick, and I am for this. You know, our old front office never did this. Arturas is banking on his potential, and I am down for it because the players with the most high risk turn out to be like the best players, like superstars. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's quick little video. Like I said, check out all my past videos I've been uploading every day. Definitely leave your grades below today's video and any comments or questions. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.